Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to my YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about some real stuff. Uh, how sometimes you have to have some character growth in order to find your future, to figure out who you are. Sometimes you have to learn to be brave and not worry about your mom, your dad, and everybody else because you will miss out on your destiny. So if this sounds anywhere remotely interesting, please stay tuned and listen to the rest of the video. Thank you. Okay, so where do we start? Let's start all the way back. So my entire life, I've always been trying to be in a group, always been trying to be, not to feel like the odd one out. So I've always been trying to have friends and, just do those normal human things. I've always wanted to feel loved and embraced and a part of a group. So I spent most of my life trying to please everybody. I was always trying to be nice and trying to be friendly, not trying to, I didn't. I ran from like conflict. I didn't like drama, all that kind of stuff. So my personality type was pretty much trying to avoid making you mad. I'm like, okay, I just keep the peace. And at school, I'm like, hey guys, don't fight. And I've always had a kind heart. So, so it went from that to years and years of just being in a prison emotionally, because if you keep men pleasing, you neglect yourself, you neglect your own heart, you neglect your own emotions. So I spent years and years just like, I just want to be in a group. I want to be loved. I want to be, I don't want to feel alone. I don't want to feel weird. I don't want to feel odd. So I spent a lot of time trying to be embraced. So right before I had it like in my heart to go and do 23 and Me or Ancestry, I told my friends, I was like, hey y'all, my whole life I felt strange, I felt weird, I felt like it's something in me that's like, I don't feel like I look like everybody else around me, and I just can't shake this emotion. I can't just let it go, because here in America, it's like if you got a drop of black, then you're black, so, and if you love your blackness, that's not really a problem, black is beautiful. But the problem is that I didn't look like my relatives. I didn't have the same hair texture, eyes, nose, lips, or any of that. So, and my personality was a huge problem. I was called strange and weird, and even at church, the church I grew up in was like, why do you act like that? And who's your mom? And who are you related to? And I'd be like, that lady right there, that woman right there, and they'll be like, you're related to them, you don't act like them. And I'm looking like, what the hell is what is that supposed to mean, because I've always been proud of my mom and proud of my grandmother, flaws and all. I love them. So it just was thing after thing after thing after thing of me just, I didn't feel like I looked like anybody. I didn't feel like I don't know, I just can't explain it. It's just my heart and my spirit was like, something is off, something is wrong. And until you stop men pleasing, you can't go and find out your truth. So, so I told my friends, hey guys, I feel like I need to do Ancestry. I feel like I'm mixed race too. I don't look like my whole bloodline. And then in life, I was asked, you're black and what else? So my whole life, it was always jokes about me having white ancestry. Oh, you probably got a white mom and all this kind of stuff. So I'm just like, I don't understand. And because even if I did, then but I come from a black mom, a dark-skinned, beautiful black mom, black grandmother. So all I saw was just blackness around me. But the problem was I didn't look like them. So I'm like, okay, I don't understand where all this other stuff is coming from. I don't understand where my hair texture is coming from, because nobody else around me has it. My skin color, because I just was like, bro, like, you know how they're like in the Smiths or in the let's see, another make-believe name I can make up, in the hills, everybody has brown hair or long hands or large nose or ears. Like, I literally had no traits that was from my mom's side or from my dad's side that I can say, okay, I got their nose, I got their lips, I got their personality, and everybody on this side, they got this. It was just like, I really felt like I was an odd man out my entire life. So I told my friends that I had like mental health problems, just because the truth was trying to come up. But the thing was, I was such a man pleaser, I could not just be like, well, I'm gonna do it anyway. It was all like, okay, y'all, what do y'all think about how I feel? So I would say, hey, I feel like I'm multiracial, I feel like I'm mixing, I feel like I don't fit in this category, and the way that I look and my experience in life, it hasn't been that of a dark-skinned African American black woman. I don't feel like I have had those same life experiences. I don't feel like I'm easily embraced in that area. So I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, but it was more than just not having friends or just not being embraced. It was literally my soul and my spirit was trying to tell me, like, go this way so you can find out the truth. And so I'm such a man pleaser. I'm like, hey guys, I want to tell you that I feel mixed race, and I feel like that. And the first thing that comes off their mouth is, when white people see you, they look at you and they see a nigga. And I'm like, okay. So I'm telling you about my emotions. I'm telling you how I feel. I'm telling you that I'm having some mental health problems, and you're telling me about what white people think. And I'm like, as my friend, you should have been trying to say, okay, cool, tell me more. Trying to help me as your friend. But I told all of my close friends, and I told my mom, I was like, hey mom, I don't feel like I'm just 100% African American, and I need some help with who I am. I don't know, I just feel this gnawing, just this gnawingness just inside of me, like, bro, like something is up. So I end up doing 23andMe on my own. No, rewind. I did Ancestry DNA. Okay. I did that in 2014. So, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be 90% African American and I'm a big 100% African American, blah, blah, blah. Then I do that and I find out absolutely not. I got all this stuff in my bloodline, Spanish, Chinese, African, Europe, Irish, just a whole lot of stuff. But I didn't feel a calmness in my heart. And so in 2020, I'm just like, hey y'all, I don't feel no peace in my heart. I don't know who I am, and I'm just confused on my ethnicity. I used to have like severe emotional problems, like, and nobody could understand because they like, well, you're pretty, but whatever. I'm looking like, bro, I'm having issues, like you don't understand. And so I end up in August 2020, I got an email that says, hi, according to this result, I'm your dad. And so I'm looking like, so all this confusion I've been feeling my entire life about I don't fit in, I don't look like my relatives. So I find out that I have a whole nother parent, that my dad who raised me, I'm like, so you're not my blood parent. So y'all gonna play me like I'm stupid, I'm crazy. My entire life I'm confused and I'm crying, I'm having issues. I want to go talk to therapists, and I'm looking like, so that means I would have stayed crazy for the rest of my life because I kept listening to my friends who, well, white people see you as this. I'm like, and they also used to see black people as animals, monkeys, and all of that to justify the racism. So I'm looking like, so I don't care about how they see me because who cares? Because you're supposed to have confidence in who you are. And my world isn't, I don't really care about what, some random, this random white girl said this or this random white, who cares? Like, I'm like, I have other things in my life. So I don't have a mindset that I care. So after all of that, through all this growth and this growing up, I was just like, okay, so if I wouldn't have took the Ancestry test, then I would never have found out I had a whole nother parent. I'm like, so my dad is not my real dad in blood, and so to make a long story short, I found my grandmother and I looked just like her. I looked just like her mom. And so I found all the stuff that I had spent my entire life just feeling confused about. My personality was, I'm like, he's my twin. And I'm like, and so I would have missed out on learning who I am and meeting my parent if I would have been like, well, my friends don't agree with me calling myself multiracial or calling myself mixed and going on online and trying to figure out what's going on and doing blood tests and all this different stuff, because they're not me. So my issues got so strong and so out of control it just made me break free from caring about whoever. I was like, I don't care no more. Like, I need to know the truth. And so if you feel in your heart like God is leading you to do something, but you're too busy and you're afraid, okay, your mom is mad and your dad is mad, they're like, don't do that. You don't need to be on no Ancestry DNA, and you have to do what's right for you. My mom was extremely, helpful and encouraging, and she was like, do what you got to do, and I will handle my own life. So if you need this, if you want a relationship, she encouraged me. She said, do what you need to do. Don't worry about how I feel. Don't worry about my emotions. Don't worry about your dad. I will handle that. You go and be in a relationship. And so I said, all right. And I was so happy that I had grew, and because I had the most loving parent I ever, my dad was great. He helped me grow and heal from so much hurt. So I learned from him how to stand up and fight back. He had such a strong personality and just so much love, man. My dad was just like me, very, very passionate and tall. And so I'm tall and long. Look at my arms. So I was just trying to encourage you need to stop men pleasing. It's very important that you move on in your life. If you feel it in your heart, in your spirit, and it's like, go and find the truth. Go be a nurse. Go back to school. Go do that. Go do it. Do not let your mom, your dad, your friends, be like, well, I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should join the military, blah, blah, blah. I'm so glad that I'm growing into maturity. I joined the Navy and I've done a whole bunch of things that God led me to do, and it caused me to grow in such a strong way. So man pleasing will literally cheat you out of a future. It would cheat you out of a destiny. It would cheat you out of love. It would cheat you out of relationships, because I would have lost out on the love of a wonderful man if I would have been like, well, I don't want to hurt people. I don't want people to be mad at me. And you gotta let that go. So I know I'm long-winded, but hopefully, please, like, stop men pleasing and do it. It's in your heart. You hear it. It's in your blood, and it's like, go find out where you come from. Find out who you are. Go back to school. Quit that job. The thing that's in your heart that just won't die. That just, it keeps on like knocking at the door, knocking, and you just don't feel like this calmness in your heart, because you're supposed to be doing a great thing a big thing in your life. So men pleasing will destroy that. It will like kill that. So you have to like grow. So that means do it even if everybody's gonna be mad. Your mental peace has to be the most important thing. And for me, I was like, I don't care if y'all call me whatever, because you don't live in my shoes. You don't have my issues. You're not me and I'm not you. So for once in my life, I need to worry about my emotions and how I feel. And so through all of that, I've grown so much. Like, I'm a whole nother lady, and I dress how I want to dress. My personality has came out. I got some tattoos, and I feel like I'm stronger. I can say no. I don't have to explain anything. So I found who I am. So sometimes you're going to have to do some things, and some people are not going to agree, and some people are going to be pissed off. Some people, they're going to be mad because they're like, why are you changing? Why are you being this whole other person? I'm looking like, bruh, you want me to be the same person I was at 10. You want me the same person I was when I was 21. No, you're supposed to grow. You're supposed to develop, and you can't do that until you start to walk in discernment, start to walk in just being brave. Like, so that's my story, and hopefully you learned, and hopefully you are here at the end of this video, and God bless you. Bye.